Good evening, good morning. Um, yeah, all that. I had to do this video, and if it's coming across fuzzy, I don't know why. I think my connection is running south right now. Either that or my other TV is bombarding it. So I do apologize. Um, okay, I'm not gonna have this too long, but for Waukesha, that was inexcusable. That was unforgivable. It should not have happened. Um, but I want everybody in Waukesha, Wisconsin, to know we heard you, we see you, and watching the the entire situation in the courtroom unfold hour after hour. I cried. I literally cried because I heard the pain in the voices of the victims and the victims' families. I heard it. I heard the anguish. I heard the anger. I heard everything. And myself and my family have never gone through something like that. So I'm not making light of this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I want it to be known that I heard you. I heard all of you. This video is for the victims. It's for the survivors and for the people that don't have a voice, is mainly what this is for. It's hurtful to think that something like this could happen, has happened. Hopefully, it never happens again, but it's very hurtful because there were so many innocent lives lost. There's so much hurt and pain and confusion and anger that is wrapped up in the actions of one person. Now, Judge Jennifer Darrow is um, she is awesome, and I was able to pick up on her frustration and her annoyance during certain things in the courtroom. I picked up on it. I caught it. But there was a topic that was mentioned: mental health. That is something that has been made taboo in society. That is something that is swept under the rug, tucked away, and basically out of sight, out of mind. And it shouldn't be. because mental health matters just as much as life. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. Yes, mental issues are present, but nobody is wanting to or trying to get to the source in each individual that does seek help. And people make jokes about it, people diminish it. People will be people. It's unfortunately in our makeup, in our DNA. That's the way it is. But for this to happen a year ago, 5 days ago, it was a year, 5 days ago, a year. And nobody deserved this. I'm trying to remain at a level of not pointing fingers and not blaming because I wasn't there. Okay. I wasn't in the courtroom. I wasn't even in the state. But when I caught wind of it, it became very, I became very curious as to the entire situation. Now, I will be honest, I have not watched the videos of what took place because hearing the description and hearing the audio in the courtroom was enough for me. It was enough. I literally cringed at the sound. It was, I have no words. None. I feel for everybody that has had to suffer for a year plus days. I feel for them. I feel for their families. Like Judge Darrow said, you know, there is no amount of justification. There is no amount of sentencing. And when I heard all of the years that DB is facing, I have never witnessed something like that. And I was shocked. I will say that I was shocked because I've never witnessed so many years given to an individual. But like she said, we all have to pass away someday. But for the people that were mowed down, they were taken way too soon. And when I I try to put myself in a situation such as that. There are no words. I literally have no words to describe what that could have been like. I don't have the words. There was a child, and I'm not going to put anyone's name in this video. This video is not for that. But this little kid, this child, blamed himself for his brother not surviving. When I heard that, my heart broke. This is a child blaming himself for the passing of his brother. A child. That literally made my heart drop and shatter. I have to admit, it still bothers me. It still bothers me. You guys can't see it right now, but my lights are on and they're blue. My lights have been blue for a while, remembering them, honoring them. But for what really threw me is how there's no remorse, there's no empathy, no sympathy, no nothing coming from somebody that is a parent. To be honest with you, I can't wrap my mind around something like that happening in front of me. I just can't. And when I heard one of the parents say that he threw his 3-year old as far as he could, I cannot imagine having a child and literally having to yeet them out of harm's way while trying to grab the jacket of another. My heart is honestly broken. This this was a lot. I mean, yes, things happen every day. Things do happen, but this was a lot, especially since it was a parade. A parade. Like, I'm really trying to understand, and that's another reason why I watched the entire court case. I watched the entire thing from start to finish. I don't know. Okay, I don't. I can't wrap my mind around what I saw. I was really trying to find some understanding as to how this could have happened. And I wanted to hear what he had to say. I thought, you know, there would be some sign of remorse, some sign of empathy, sympathy, be apologetic, show some type of humanity. There is no way I could close my eyes after doing something like that. I could. And what really made me scratch my head and say, huh, is when said person said, my conscience is clear. That hit me, and I said to myself, what? Your who is what now? I let it go. I let it go at that moment because I was surely to hear the purpose behind saying that. Like Judge Darrow said, man of God, is that what we're using? Okay. Now, there are some things that I am dealing with, I have been dealing with for a while. I handle it by shutting down. I don't talk to anybody, I don't text anybody, I don't go out in public. I will not step outside my front door. But whatever caused this carnage of an event to take place and just to be nonchalant about it, How? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done things to people, not even close to this magnitude by a long shot. But this this whole situation is a large magnitude. Give me 1 second. There was a bot in the room, and I do not tolerate those on my channel. Um, Thank you. What? Give me 1 second. Whatever. Um, that's why I keep the chat open off screen. Um, but I can't fathom how there's just blank, like there's nobody home. But yet you're trying to stop everything that is going on. I really tip my hat to uh, Judge Darrow. She handled everything with grace for the children that were subjected to this trauma, this hell on wheels, literally. Massacre, carnage, whichever adjective you choose to use. These children were subjected to this trauma. And for one child to have survivor's guilt, another child to blame themselves for losing a sibling. All of these children are scarred for the rest of their lives because one person, one person decided to react. And I've learned to act, not react. It's it's a lot. I'm sorry. I'm going over everything. I really feel bad for the children, for the ones we lost. And I say the children that we lost because they were a part of us. Okay? It takes a village to raise a child. Children are innocent. And one person took their futures from them. One person took away the lives of kind, warm, loving, welcome, inviting, selfless people. And from what was said in the courtroom, the windows were down. And it looked like he had excitement on his face. But yet again, I am not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I can't, I won't say what I'm thinking or feeling. But I do feel for the people that have had to go through this extensive, draining, emotional situation. I truly feel for you because it shouldn't have happened. No matter which way it's spun, it should not have happened. Watching the entire court case and hearing the families, the siblings, all of them, I literally cried with them. I literally cried with you all. That could have been anywhere. 78 people, 78 people. There were technically 79 because one person flew into another. 78 direct. I can't wrap my mind around why someone would do this. Why? That's what Judge Darrow said. The remaining unanswered question will always be why. Why? I want to know why. That is something that I will not stop asking. What was the purpose? For the length and duration of this, massacre. It looks like a thought out plan. Then again, I was not there. I do not know. That's what was said in the hearing. And the questions they have, we all have. Why? I've seen a lot of court cases. I've seen a lot of them. I have not seen a judge cry because of a case at a hearing. Yes, they judges do cry, they're human as well. But personally speaking, I have never seen it. Ever. Um, Judge Darrow cried. People were watching this court case from all over the world. I was watching the chat rooms. People were from Ireland, Germany, Scotland following this case. And to be honest with you, I don't believe there was a dry eye during the entire process. I don't. But I wanted to know. I, sorry, I'm tongue tied. It is almost 1 o'clock where I am right now, and I have to work tomorrow. Um, Waukesha. Waukesha, Waukesha, Waukesha. I hope and pray with everything that I am that you all will make it through and do not let the actions of one person define you, your future, or your path. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to step back. It's okay to take a break, but don't stay there. Continue. I heard one of the girls say, "You killed my mom." That instantly brought me to tears. Instantly. Because I do have a mother. My mom is very, very close to me. That is, my mom is my best friend. And while she was talking and me crying, I couldn't even imagine the hurt and pain and loneliness and fear she is feeling. I can't. It's this that was truly heart wrenching, literally. If I had to use tissue to wipe the tears off my face, I would probably have a big bag full of used tissue. I feel for the families. 79 people. 79 people. How could anybody be that angry, or whatever the case may have been? Again, I was not there. I do not know what was going through the mind, the heart. I don't know. I do not know. But hold on one second. Okay. This is a hard video for me because of the magnitude of loss. All of the birthdays, all of the holidays, family gatherings, family outings, things of that nature, all of that and more are forever shifted. This girl said her mom was the glue that held the family together, and without her, they've fallen apart. That hurt, because if I ever lost my mother, that is exactly how I'd feel. Alone. I mean, I'm being honest. Waukesha. Waukesha. That name will never leave my mind. Ever. Everyone that has been affected by November 21st, 2021, please know that you are heard. All the way on the West Coast and in other countries, we all heard you. We all stand with you. And we love you. Please don't ever feel like you are alone, because you're not. You're loved. I was thinking to myself last night as I watched another clip from um, a past day. I wanted to take their pain away. I wanted to find a way to try and absorb their hurt and their pain so they wouldn't have to. They don't deserve that. I wanted to absorb the hurt and the pain that these people feel. I wanted to take it all from them so they would not have to live like this. To be honest with you, this was another tragedy in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a celebration. I'm I've been very angry for a few days, but I've stayed silent about it because I feel powerless to help the people of Waukesha. I can't do anything. And knowing the fact that these people, these children, their parents, they can't get back to normal everyday life because they have PTSD. They've been traumatized. You know, things that wouldn't normally alert or alarm us is now affecting them greatly. But I hear you. I see you. You're not alone. My heart goes out to the people of Waukesha, honestly and truthfully. As I'm talking right now, my heart is racing. I'm honestly trying not to cry right now. I didn't intend on this video being long. I do have to work in the morning, but this needed to be said because it's, again, it could have happened anywhere, at any time. But children, children, the dancing grannies, like, you turned and basically charged at them like you're a mad bull seeing nothing but red. You charged at them by way of the children. How do you make that make sense? How do you justify that? Judge Dar- Judge Darrow did. She justified everything by what she did. I highly respect Jennifer R. Darrow. So I mean, new information just keeps coming, just keeps coming. Wow, wow. Wow. I am just in awe. Don't get me wrong. I know people can be cruel, heinous, mean, but this, the act was downright evil and monstrous. The act. I'm not saying him, I don't know the man. But after all of that, don't want to. I'm not that type of person to have company like that. I'm not. And not just him, it's the attitude, the demeanor, the disposition, and the lack thereof. This is, I mean, I can't. I really can't. I don't. A parade. A parade filled with innocent people. A parade. Wow. A parade. You, my personal opinion, my personal thoughts, I was trying not to do this. I really was. I was trying not to do this. I'm glad Judge Darrow put him where he can no longer do any harm to other people. I'm very, very glad. Though I do feel bad for his mother and grandmother and his children and for the other female that was involved. Well, that was also a victim, should I say. I feel bad for them because nobody deserved this. Nobody. I wouldn't even wish this on my least favorite person. Somebody I don't like, I wouldn't wish this on them. This is just inexcusable, unforgivable. The great atrocity and the audacity to sit there in a courtroom and completely dismiss every person that spoke, to completely dismiss what you did, to sit there and roll your eyes and make gestures for them to hurry up. I would never, ever be able to be an attorney, a lawyer, public defender, judge. I could not do it. Judge Darrow removed him from her courtroom multiple times and brought him back in. And he blatantly disrespected her words, her presence, her job, and everything else, and expected her to hear him. We've heard enough from you. We have heard plenty. We have seen what you leave in your wake. Why would we need to hear more? That's what I want to know. Why would we need to hear more after you have demonstrated and provided to us who you really are? Rude. Um, I, me being in, or me being an attorney, lawyer, judge, prosecutor, DA, whatever, um, I couldn't do it. I have no filter. And when it comes to self control verbally, I don't have it. I don't. So I could not be in that line of work. If I ever had to deal with somebody so combative and argumentative, dismissive, rude, disrespectful, smug, and so many other adjectives I can't even think of right now. This was sick. It was just sick. That's exactly what it was. It was sick. My mom even watched a few minutes of it She couldn't even take it. She could not take it. And I don't blame her. I couldn't take it either. I couldn't take it. But out of my curiosity and my hunger for knowledge wherever I can get it compelled me to watch it. Like Judge Darrow said, he did make some very great valid points. But at the end of the day, you kept repeating yourself, the same sentence over and over and over and over and over again. And what I noticed is he didn't, when he heard something he didn't like to hear or didn't want to hear, that's when he started becoming agitated. And you know what? People that are wrong do not want to hear the truth and the facts about themselves or what they did or what they said. That's why when I speak or when I do something, I make sure I am correct. Because if I have to go back and backtrack and say, ooh, pardon me, that's going to ruffle my feathers. So I try my best to be correct, at least 99.2% of the time. I do try. But I could never be one of those people in a courtroom. Couldn't do it. Nope. My mouth alone would probably get me just barred, kicked out of a courtroom, uh, kicked out of a law firm. I mean, I'm just being honest because this entire case literally disgusted me. Literally. Just disgusting. I have never encountered such a humanless being in my life. Never. And I've met a few people that are very questionable, as well as their actions. Questionable. But again, I can't blame, I can't point the finger because I wasn't there. I was just watching the Judge Dara. And if I could have jumped through that TV and landed right on him in a very vital part that needs to be protected, okay, I would have been very happy with that. I would have found my way back to where I live if I could have just jumped through that TV just once, preferably feet first, just so I can land in this general region of said person. It was totally uncalled for. There is no rhyme nor reason that this could possibly make any type of sense. None. But again, I feel bad for the mother and grandmother. And I really hope his mother and grandmother do not pass away because of this. I really hope they don't because it is hard. It is hard hearing and seeing someone that you love dearly be locked up and you can't get to them. You can't get them out. There's nothing you can do. That is hurtful. It is hard. But I hope, God willing, they survive. Do I feel anything towards DBJ? I do. He made me feel very angry at his actions. I do not feel for him. I do not pity him. I just don't. Like Judge Darrow said, you could have turned down any other street. You could have stopped and turned around. You could have made that hard left. You could have avoided this. But you kept going. The people of Waukesha, oh my God. The people of Waukesha, um, you're blocked. Sorry, I hate these bots. I hate them. I mean, I know sometimes my videos are a little on the R side, or when it comes to me, when I'm really aggressive in a video, it's RR, okay? Because I like the cursey words, um, cussy words. I cuss like a sailor. So when I'm at home or away from my mom, I cuss like a sailor for the most part. Um, but this video, I did not want it to be so vulgar because of everything that has transpired up to this point. And I really feel for the people of Waukesha. I hope that they are able to heal and begin anew. And don't let the past year and 1 week stop you or define you or define anything that you want to do in life. I hope you all get to reach, meet, achieve, and surpass all of your dreams, all of your hopes, all of your goals. I hope you're able to reach, achieve, meet, grab, grasp, and surpass everything. I hope you all are able to succeed and excel and do not let this experience hinder you. I promise you, everybody is not like this in the world. I promise you. And I am sorry that you all had to go through this. I am truly sorry. I'm sorry. This is a little tough. It really is. But I keep apologizing to you as if I did something to you. But it's in my nature because this is tragic. You literally used a vehicle that is not yours, that does not belong to you, as a battering ram. 79 people. 79 people. I've been mulling over this for days. You destroyed the lot. You've taken the lives of 78 people. 79 because one person flew from the impact of because of you. You have ruined the lives of so many people and taken from so many people their joy, their happiness, their safety, you know, and you just sit. I understand that you have no humanity for other people within you, but can you at least show respect? I thought, you know, you have to give respect to get respect. But clearly you think you're just entitled to it. And I feel sorry for you. Not because of what you did, not because of the current situation where you'll be. Huh? Um, I don't know what happened, but I just lost everything. Why do we look like that? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. That was really odd. Like everything just went shoo for a second. Uh-uh. Okay. I've got my Bluetooth in my ear so I can hear when something isn't right. Um, and that's still not right. I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, you blatantly and openly disrespected and mocked the victims. You sat and mocked the victims, these children. You are a parent. You have children of your own, and you mow down children. You, I'm trying to remain decent in this video. I really am. Because you you call yourself a man of God, but you used your mother's SUV to go barreling through a parade filled with innocent people, babies, infants, toddlers, you know, children, their parents, you know, other people. There are so many people that gather to see a parade, and you used your mother's Ford Escape to mow them down like speed bumps. Why? That is the answer we will never get because there is no why. Actually, I can come up with one. The why is you were angry at either the ex girlfriend or your child's mother after you attacked her. So you decided to take out your aggression by mowing down 78 people. 78 people you mowed down. 79 because one basically bounced off the vehicle and landed on somebody else. 79 people. Judge Darrow is very gracious because she did not react nor give in nor react to your antics in her courtroom. Had that been me, I would have researched every way possible. I could have given you more time instead of the life sentences and 1,000+ years, this, that, and the third. I would want anything connected to you to make home in that place, wherever you will be transferred to. Nobody has the right to take the life of someone else and then sit there and be like, oh, well, pretty much I had nothing else better to do that day. So, had to do something. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how somebody can create such chaos and damage in about approximately 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You started at one point and finished at the other. So you basically went the entire length of the parade before you got real cowardly and ran into someone else's car and tried to escape. I am so angry for the victims and their families and the friends and for the people that we all lost. I'm angry because there's nothing I could physically do to get to him, to make him understand physically what he's done. I'm not talking about snuffing out nobody's life. I'm not saying that. Although I'm pretty sure it's going to happen because from what I hear, you know, the prison residents don't like hearing when children are involved in anything. I'm just saying I don't know. Thank God never been locked up. Ain't trying to be, you know. So, you know, I it's maddening how somebody can sit and just be me when you put an entire community through hell. You put an entire community through hell because your switch was between on and off. But then you try to control the hearing with your antics, your outbursts, your temper tantrums. I don't consent. I don't consent. I object. I don't consent. I object. I object. I object. This is not your courtroom. If you objected so much, you shouldn't have been here. You shouldn't have done what you did to get to this point. So object to that. Because as of right now, you ain't getting out of prison. Ever. At all. So I'm going to need you to object to finishing out your span and do us all a favor. Okay, everybody on this planet a favor. Because don't nobody on this planet like you except your mother and your grandmother. I'm just saying. Don't nobody like you. We need you to go ahead and say on a permanent basis, good night, everybody. That's what we need you to do. You don't deserve to live. You took, you snuffed out children, grandchildren, grandparents. You snuffed out 78 people and did not look like you gave a fuck. People like you don't deserve to live. People like you need to have the same thing done to them as you did to everybody else. But here's what I say. Let's gather up all the prisoners in prisons, not the county jail because they're probably just getting out in a couple days anyway. But all the prisons, those that are serving, I want to say 5 to life, scoop them all up, put them on a deserted island somewhere, and let them live out the rest of their days. Just far away from any country, in any land, just out there. And let them just be there. Bye, we'll see ya. You know, nice meeting you. But instead, taxpayers have to pay for people like you. You're the reason why taxes keep going up because more people like you keep getting put in. So the more they put in, the more we have to pay. I'm sick and tired of paying for people like you. Tired of it. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I couldn't even watch the video of the aftermath because I heard it in the hearing. I couldn't watch it there either. I had to turn my head because the sounds were horrific. The yelling, the screaming, the panic, and other sounds. You would expect to hear that only in the movies. Maybe a video game. Maybe at a war zone. Maybe. But the community of Waukesha, you gave them a first experience. You gave them the front row seat because your switch was stuck between off and on. Then you want to bring up mental health. Granted, mental health is there. It's not going anywhere. Not one of the 4 doctors that did an evaluation on you found you incompetent or any other fashion not fit to stand trial. They did not find that. So you try to submit that plea to the court. Judge Darrow, she entertained it as a good judge would. She entertained it, hence the 4 evaluations. Hence why she took your plea and said, nice try, buddy. But as a matter of fact, I'll take this and I'll raise you this. He deserves every freaking millisecond of his sentence because he's not getting out. Not this lifetime, nor any of the few that may follow. He is not getting out. That means when he passes away, his soul will still be in there. Good. Your soul is going to be there. Once your soul has diminished, your essence will be there. You are never getting out. You did this to yourself. Don't blame your child's mother. Don't blame your mama, your grandmother, the SUV. Don't blame mental illness. Don't blame nothing but you. You did this. I do not fault or blame Judge Darrow for anything she said throughout the duration of this hearing. I do not. I agree with her 210%. For her to sit on that bench reading cliff notes of a victim and sit there and cry, every platform I was watching, every creator was crying with her. I was sitting there crying for these people. I don't even know these people. I've never been to Wisconsin. But the magnitude of the hurt, you can't help but feel it. You can't. I felt it. Every platform, every creator, everybody in the chats had tears in their eyes. People at home had tears in their eyes. A lot of people don't realize what they do has a ripple effect. If you make one splash, not better yet, hold your hand flat in a sink filled with water or a pool and just do that. That pressure, that small amount of pressure causes ripples in every direction. And that's exactly what he did. He already had ripples going on in his life. He already had them going on in his life. But with this last act, all of those ripples magnified and caused different ripples to start, which all bounce back to him. That's why he's in the position he's in now, because he can't control himself, because his switch doesn't go on or off, it just stays in the middle. So no, I don't blame Judge Darrow. And I have to say this, for the legal employees that did not lock him up before, what were your eyes open? Were you listening? Were you paying attention? Were you focused? Maybe not, because he was free to do what he did. Now he's serving consecutive sentences for 78 people. 78 people. People were wedged under the wheels of that truck. The human body is not meant nor built to support thousands of pounds, tons of weight on the body. He did not care because he's twisted. So you as you're mowing these people down, they're going up under the truck. So that means you feel it. Your windows are down so you can see it. You can hear it. And none of this affected you. You are a disgusting, vile piece of shit. You're disgusting. Out of all of my anger, all of my rage, I would never do what you did. Ever. You took children from this planet. You took elderly from this planet. You took wives, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews. You took all of that from this planet because you're sick and twisted and deranged. You don't need a mental institution. You need to be put in the basement of a prison and forgotten about. Oh, um, okay. Sorry, my computer is telling me it was doing an update and it's going to restart later. Back to what I was doing. They need to put you in the basement of the prison that is not used, seal you in there, and forget you're there. That's what they need to do. You don't deserve 3 meals and a cot. You don't deserve it. You do not deserve it. There is nothing anybody could possibly say to change my mind about that. Oh, well, Remy, he's human too. Really? How many humans do you know that jump in a vehicle and mow down 78 people? I'll wait. Even when they were doing the protesting, I saw people, certain groups, mind you, running people over, hitting people with their cars. I didn't do a video on that because I didn't feel that it would be appropriate to do a video on that. But guess what? It's coming. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's coming. Anyway, you, I, I have to apologize for everybody or to everybody because I'm getting angrier. I don't know your mother. I don't know your grandmother. So I'm skating on thin ice when I say this, but you must have been born half demon to do what you did. You have no respect for human beings. You have no respect for your mother. You have no respect for laws and rules. and you have no regard for human life. You were just so concerned about self. It is disgusting. You are a narcissistic, self-indulgent piece of shit. And I feel bad for your mother and your grandmother and your kids because they got to be related to your ass. I feel bad for them because they're stuck related to you. I feel bad for them. Not because you're never getting out, because they have to be related to you. You can still wake up in the morning. You can still call them. You can still see them. You can still communicate with them. These people of Waukesha cannot do any of that anymore because of you. All because of you. I wish I could take away their hurt and their pain. I wish I could take that from them. They don't deserve that. They were celebrating the holidays. That's how they celebrate the holidays and bring in the holiday season with their parade. Every year, whichever day it falls on at that point in time in that year, that's what they do. And you took their happiness, their safety, their joy. You took everything from them and left them with hurt, sorrow, pain, anguish. For what? Because you're sick and twisted? You're sick and twisted. That's what you are, sick and twisted. Out of all the anger I have in me, all the anger I have in me, not once have I ever done anything to take someone's life. Never. I can't do that. Why, you may ask? Because I don't look good in orange. I don't want matching silver bracelets to go with the bracelets on my ankles. No, thank you. I don't need chains. I don't need to, hobble around. I don't need that. Okay? That's for people like you. But you, oh, I want to say your full name. Oh my God, I want to say your full name. You know who you are. You know what? I'm not even saying your name. I'm not going to give you that much courtesy. You damn demon. Let your family call you by your name. But for me, you're a demon. Which demon? I don't know. For everything that you've done since 2000, all the way up until 2022, that is demon activity to me. Nevada, Georgia, Wisconsin. I mean, you just leave a trail of hell behind you. Everywhere you go, a trail of hell. But yet, I keep having to go back to this. You said mental health issues, but you've gone to get treatment, but you're so unstable, you stop going. They should have locked your ass up. They should have locked you up in a mental institution where you can actually get the solitude, medication, shots, evaluations, group therapy, one-on-one therapy, whichever you need. All of it and then some for the rest of your life. That's why you are a danger to society. And that's what Judge Darrow said. You are an endangerment to society. And it's true. You can't keep your hands to yourself. You can't, you use weapons on people to intimidate them, to blackmail them to do what you want them to do. And when you've had enough of whatever goes on in your pea brain, you use a motor vehicle that's thousands of pounds as a battering ram while you enjoy it. How do you enjoy that? I mean, I could, like in the movie Resident Evil, I forgot which one, but you have the the old school guard grill thingy that goes on the front of a train attached to your car, you know, and you just speeding through, batting zombies around. I don't think anybody walking around is a zombie, so they don't deserve to be mowed down. But yet, here you are trying to blame mental health instabilities. No, you're not. You don't have mental health issues. You may have acute symptoms, as stated in the hearing, but you have a full understanding of what you're doing. What you have is the inability to take accountability for your actions. You see, you do nothing wrong. You can't take ownership for your actions. So therefore, you deflect and blame others. You, my not friend, narcissist, is also what you are. Okay? Narcissist. And I'm sorry, I did not want this video to be this long. I am so sorry. It's just, I wanted to make everyone of Waukesha aware. I heard them and I see them. I heard your pain. I hear your suffering. I feel your anger. And for the for the little boy that felt guilty because he lost his brother, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, little one. It's not. I promise you it's not your fault. You didn't do this. You had nothing to do with this. You were just there. That's it. Don't blame yourself, little one. Don't. Having survivor's guilt is heavy. It is heavy. And it is long lasting. It feels like this weight on your chest. And you are too young to carry that. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do it. Again, I say I'm sorry to all of you, to Waukesha. I'm sorry. This should not have happened. This is not okay. But what will be okay is all of you. That's what matters. Though we do have the lost, they are at peace. Yes, they have fallen due to this massacre of a tragedy. They have fallen. They are fallen but not forgotten. That I can promise you. You are not forgotten either. I see you and I hear you. And I hope and pray to God He grants you all the strength to keep going. Because when you lose someone you love, it is not easy. It is not easy. I've been there twice. I've been there. It's not easy. And some people say, it gets easier with time. It really doesn't. We just learn to cope with it and pretty much go on with life, but it doesn't get any easier. But you're all going to be okay. You're going to be okay. This is just the one of the ugliest parts of life. I am so sorry for the loss, for the trauma, for the pain. And everything that comes with it. I am sorry. I am truly sorry. But all of you were heard all across this planet. All of you. And Judge Darrow made sure of that. So it's not going to stop with her. That's a promise. It's not going to stop. Um, just, oh my God. Children living with anxiety, trauma, and PTSD behind this. These poor kids. Oh, these poor kids. I'm still crying for these kids. I'm crying for their families. Because they will never know what their children would have become as an adult. They will never know. But you continue to breathe. And you can contact your family. You can contact your kids. And these people cannot contact the people they lost because of you. They don't get to contact their family members. They can't hug their children anymore. They can't hug their grandparents anymore. They can't be around the family members that they lost because of you and your ignorance. You don't deserve to live. If they lost their family members, I say we should settle the score. That's how I feel right now. The score should be settled. You take their family members, you get to go. And I know exactly where you're going when you die. I will not pray for your soul. I won't pray for you. As a matter of fact, you know what? I hope, as wrong as this sounds, and God, please forgive me, I hope the people that have forgiven you in that courtroom, that have been praying for you, stop. You don't deserve it. You mocked them at this hearing. You made light at this hearing. And for what? Because you're a soulless bastard that came from the depths of hell in a human body? And you're a parent. You're a parent that mowed down 78 people. And you're a parent. Most of the people that you mowed down were children. How, how can you call yourself a parent that loves his children and you turn right around and take other people's children from them? You selfish, egotistical, selfish, arrogant bastard. How dare you call yourself a parent and you take children from their parents? There is no excuse. There is no excuse. None. There's no excuse for what you did. There is no excuse. I don't care what you blame it on. No, there's no excuse. No, no. If I had it my way, I would just pick you apart one piece at a time. One piece at a time. Take this part off, wait about an hour or two, take another part of that part off. I'd work my way up. But that's not the way I was raised. I was raised to respect and treat people the way I want to be treated. But wrong is wrong and right is right. And you, at 40 years old, have the audacity to try to make everybody have sympathy for you. You're not even worth the word typed out. You're not. I had to get this out. because I'm still dealing with my own personal trauma and my own PTSD. And me carrying this was too much. But for Waukesha, my lights are still blue. I'm going to keep my lights blue until the middle of December for Waukesha. Once again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. This is just wrong. God, this is wrong. This is wrong. There's enough going on in the world. Why would you add to it? November 1st, 2021. I will never forget that date. 3 minutes is all it took with you and an SUV. 78 people cut down. One flew from the impact and landed on somebody else. That is a total of 79 people. 79 people came in contact with that vehicle unwillingly. You're 40 years old sitting in a courtroom acting like an escaped chimp. I've never seen a 40-year-old monkey act so irrationally belligerent, disrespectful, and inhumane in my life. Trying to make everything about you. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. Fuck you. That's what I have to say. Fuck you. I feel bad for your mother and your grandmother and your kids because they're stuck with you for the rest of their life. Your mother and grandmother should be ashamed to claim you. They should be ashamed to have called you family. They should be ashamed to even accept a call from you, a letter. be ashamed. I wish that we were like the old ways when somebody did something tragic or unforgivable or inexcusable, we would shun them. Let them walk between two lines of people as we all turn our backs. But in this case, this narcissist wouldn't even register. He'd probably sit there like he does in court, like acting stupid. The TV was on in my room. I heard the judge just fine sitting in here. I don't have I don't have bat hearing. I don't have supersonic hearing. My TV does surround sound in there, and it was down on 16, which for that TV in my bedroom is low. And I still heard her in here. But you're sitting a few feet from her, and you chose to represent yourself. What? You tried to um I think it's called NGI. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's NGI is the legal term. I think. Don't quote me. Let me look that up real quick. Because as I stated before, I don't like to be wrong. There we go. No. Found it. NGI. Not guilty by reason of insanity. NGI. Not guilty for reasonable insanity. He wasn't insane. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. But yet you left a trail of hell from Nevada to Georgia to Wisconsin. And God knows where else. The DA should have locked you up based on your prior charges and what is the term for it? Um, Jumping bail, um, bail being revoked, um, and everything else. The DA and that judge should have locked you up when you were standing in their courtroom. But no, they set you free. They set you free for you to do this in Waukesha. I don't understand how our legal system would allow a bail jumper, a repeat offender. Oh, and don't forget statutory rape. The mother of his child or children was pregnant underage by him. Statutory rape. And he did not go to jail for that. He didn't even register as a sex offender. So he had warrants for that. He had warrants everywhere. But yet this DA and that judge let him walk right out the courtroom. He might as well just have moonwalked all the way out the door because he did all these crimes and then there they went. So now, by the grace of God, you get to spend the next 1,000+ years in prison that we have to pay for. But at least the danger to society will no longer be a threat. That's what you are. Your mother and your grandmother should be ashamed, or at the very least, embarrassed. Honestly. You said that, oh, it did it again. Wow. I don't know what's going on. It's like everything is like flickering and flashing and acting a fool. But neither here nor there. What does I I don't know what is going on. This has never happened. I don't know if I'm doing it accidentally or what. I'm sorry. But what you've done, I hope it haunts you for the rest of your life. Every innocent person that you took out, I hope they haunt you for the rest of your life because that's what you deserve if you keep on going. Who knows? Maybe the guilt and the pressure is going to start to build upon your person, and your person is not going to be able to handle it. And you're going to do such unsaid things to one's own person and take thine person out of its own misery. I don't know. But I say this again, wrong is wrong, right is right. What's fair for the goose is fair for the gander. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because it's not fair. 78 people, and you get to still breathe and be in contact with people? And these parents and grandparents can't be with their families? And before Christmas, before Thanksgiving? So they went through hell through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, Easter, this, that, and the third, and you still get to breathe. I wish when I wish Wisconsin had the death penalty. I really wish they did. And I would be petty, as I so oftenly am. I said that wrong. Sorry. You know what I mean. Lethal injection. Hey, you took your time, just poking through the crowd. No horn, no brakes, except to get the lady off your truck. I mean, that was disrespectful. But, slowly, let the suspense build up. Okay. And I want you to feel everything as it happens, just like all these innocent people did. They felt everything as it happened. And then your windows were down, and you're sitting there hanging out your window laughing. How does that make sense? My chest is tight. I need to go relax. I'm so angry, so angry that he gets to continue breathing. I'm angry. I really am. I'm angry. But uh, Judge Darrow did what she felt necessary to the fullest extent. And for that, I'm thankful. I'm glad there will finally be justice for such a heinous, disgusting, repulsive act. I'm gonna go because it's like my chest is like compressing. So I need to go. But I do want to thank you, those that have been watching. Um, I'm keeping my lights blue until December, somewhere in December, um, for Waukesha. And I do hope and pray that God grants them the strength to continue. And I hope the other judges are just as harsh with their sentencing for him. I hope so. Trust me, I'm going to keep following this idiot. I can promise you that because I want to know. I want to know who's going to give him what. He's already got the max from Judge Darrow in Wisconsin, which is a great thing. Great thing. But I need to go. I need to go rest. I do have to get up in the morning. Oh, look at there. It's 2 o'clock. Ah, well, actually, it's 2:14, but still, whatever. I'll go to sleep soon. Um, Again, thank you for those that have watched. I do apologize. This video is very long. I did not intend it to be, but this stirred up a lot of emotion for me. And the hearing stirred up a lot of emotion for me. So I had to do it. This video was on me to do. I don't know if it's concluded at this point. I don't know. But I certainly wish the entire community of Waukesha peace, love, positivity, blessings, and strength. Have a good day, everybody. Love your children. Keep them close. And don't let them go. Tomorrow's never promised. Hold on to your children. Hold on to your family. Tomorrow's not promised. Hold on to your family.